In the past few days, Washington has once again become the center of global attention as President Donald Trump welcomed European leaders and the Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy to the White House. The meeting, which was described as historic and tense at the same time, comes at a moment when the war in Ukraine has entered its most dangerous phase. Trump, who has been balancing between his promises to end endless wars and the pressures of maintaining American global leadership, presented himself as a man ready to broker peace but unwilling to see the United States dragged into a prolonged conflict. Before we go deeper into what really happened behind those closed doors, make sure you like this video, subscribe to our channel, and share it with friends so that more people can stay informed about the world's most important events. Inside the meeting, Trump faced not only Zelenskyy's urgent request for more security guarantees, but also the pressure of European allies such as British Prime Minister Keir Starmer, French President Emmanuel Macron, and German Chancellor Annalena Baerbock. All of them made it clear that Europe cannot stand alone against Russia and that American leadership remains essential for Zelenskyy. The stakes could not be higher. His country has been fighting for survival, losing tens of thousands of soldiers and watching cities destroyed by relentless Russian attacks. He wanted Trump to go beyond words and provide a clear commitment that the United States will stand by Ukraine. Yet Trump, known for his unpredictable style, offered a different path. He suggested that instead of an endless supply of weapons, there should be a serious push toward direct talks with Vladimir Putin. Reports indicate that Trump even began preparing the ground for a potential face-to-face meeting between Zelenskyy and Putin, an idea that left European leaders both hopeful and nervous. On one hand, direct talks could stop the bloodshed, but on the other, it could also force Ukraine into a compromise that involves territorial concessions, something Zelenskyy has repeatedly refused. Once again, the room was filled with tension because while Trump spoke about peace, Europe wanted to make sure that peace did not mean surrender. By the way, if you're following along and finding this analysis important, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. Your support helps us keep bringing you these in-depth reports. What makes this moment so unique is that Trump is no longer speaking only as the President of the United States, but also as a negotiator who believes he can do what past administrations could not: end the war in Ukraine. He has said that endless wars weaken America, cost trillions of dollars, and distract from domestic issues. Yet, at the same time, his critics fear that his desire to appear as a deal maker could make him push Ukraine into accepting terms that are more favorable to Moscow. European leaders know this very well, which is why their message at the White House was unified. Security guarantees for Ukraine must be real, and any peace deal must not reward Russian aggression. The meeting also highlighted the growing divide between Western strategies. Europe, already under pressure from refugee flows and energy insecurity, cannot afford a frozen conflict on its borders. Leaders like Macron and Starmer stressed that if Russia is not stopped now, tomorrow it could be Poland, the Baltic states, or even beyond. Trump listened carefully but did not make a firm military commitment. Instead, he repeated his line: the war must end, and it must end through negotiation. These words resonated with some American voters who are tired of foreign wars, but they sent shivers through Kyiv, where officials fear that negotiation under pressure could mean the loss of sovereignty. Behind the scenes, Zelenskyy's aides tried to secure at least one strong deliverable from the White House: a written assurance of American involvement in Ukraine's long-term security. According to sources, Trump did not sign such a document but said the United States would not abandon Ukraine. This left the European leaders unsure whether his promise was symbolic or substantive. Meanwhile, Putin, watching closely from Moscow, responded with guarded optimism. The Kremlin released a statement suggesting that if Trump truly wanted to organize a summit, Russia would be willing to listen. That small opening added to the uncertainty surrounding the entire process. Remember, if you want to keep following these critical developments, Subscribe now and turn on notifications so you don't miss any updates. The White House talks also sparked debates back in America. Some Republicans praised Trump for trying to prevent further escalation, while Democrats accused him of playing into Putin's hands. The media coverage reflected the same division. Conservative outlets hailed his diplomacy, while liberal voices warned that he could sell out Ukraine for ordinary Americans. The situation remains confusing. On one side, there is sympathy for Ukraine's struggle for freedom. On the other, there is fatigue from years of foreign wars and skepticism about sending billions of dollars overseas when problems at home remain unresolved. As the night ended in Washington, no formal peace plan was announced, but the message was clear. Trump wants to be seen as the man who could bring peace to Europe, even if that means challenging the traditional stance of America's allies. The coming weeks will reveal whether his efforts will lead to serious negotiations or collapse under the weight of mistrust. For Ukraine, the path ahead is filled with uncertainty. For Europe, unity is now more important than ever because without it, the continent could easily be divided by Russian influence. And for the world, the stakes could not be higher because the outcome of this war will shape the balance of power for decades to come. This story is still developing. And as we continue to follow the latest updates, make sure you leave a like, share this video with others, and subscribe to the channel. Your support keeps us going and ensures that independent analysis reaches more people across the globe.